Good evening, everyone. Great to have you with me. It really is lovely to be with you. And this is Peter speaking to you live from my office on a Wednesday evening. Hope you're keeping well. Lovely to be with you. And I've got news of two bets running tomorrow at the same meeting at Newcastle, where there's been so much profit being made by that Newcastle track for me, with some huge winners. Really has been for the last 2 years, non-stop winners really at Newcastle. One of my most profitable tracks. And I've got two horses there at around about 5-1, both of them, and they pay around about 33-1 the double. So I'll give you them in double quick time in just one moment. Just a quickie to tell you that there's no snowball bet tomorrow. There was one going to be released tonight, and I was holding back for the price. But just as I was holding back, the Clonmel clerk of the course decided that racing was be abandoned. So my horse, which would have been about 16-1, and would have been a huge punt, it really was. It was one of the horses of the year without a question of a doubt. And I had some really big stuff in Ireland: 33-1, 40-1, 25-1, 20-1, all winners. And this was probably the strongest of the lot, and it probably would have won. I think it would have won. And but it doesn't matter because it's not going to run. Racing's been abandoned. So that's one that got away there, but there'll be another one coming, just like a bus full of winners, as you well know, my snowballs. And if one gets away, the next one surely doesn't. And that bet will be coming to you soon as I've got it. I will tell you there's a snowball bet. Now, on that note, I want my very best players, and I want you to listen carefully now, because it's going to be short messages. The very best players are going to be receiving an email from me tonight, an email, and it'll explain about some developments and things that are going on, and a very, very exciting time it is. I've spent a lot of time working on something that I think is going to be, without a doubt, a record-breaking year for me as an advisor, and as a punter, it's going to be a record-breaking profitable year for you when you're following me. And this email is only going out to my absolute tip-top clients, and I mean tip-top clients. Respect, high fives, you know. I mean that. Really, it's only going out to a certain select group. It really is. So this email, if you do get it, and you will get it if you are a really good client of mine, and you do follow me, and you invest in yourself for my information on snowballs and my Irish horses and my dark horses, my madness bets, you'll be getting an email. I've not done it yet, so don't panic, but I am doing it tonight, and I'll be pinging it out to you later on. And I want you to have a look at it, and it just shows it's coming from the heart for me, and it shows how I've developed things for you to certainly maximise your profits this year, and I mean in a real big way, and to also have a real good connection with me. So all that's going to come to you in an email later on. I could go on about it on here, but there's too many outsiders, and that's what that's also about as well. And you just have a read of it anyway, and everything will be explained. But it's good news, trust me, and it is absolutely good news, no problems whatsoever. So look out for an email a little bit later on tonight, just having to go through quite a lot of data, etc., and to make sure that only my very, very best clients receive these emails, all right? So if you do, trust me, you're a part of the upper echelon club without a shadow of a doubt. Right, I have a lot of people coming in for bets, the £10 snowballs, the Monday Madness, and I've got to sort the wheat from the chaff out because there's just too many people. There is too many people clambering to get on the bets, and the winners 14-1, 12-1, 16-1, 11-2, 13-2. You know, it's commonplace. But what I'm doing is segregating my very best clients from, well, with all due respect, from the masses. And so if you get an email off me, and it'll be a great pleasure to receive it. I think you'll enjoy it. I think you'll like it, and you'll understand why. And yeah, so if you don't, well then it's one of those things you're not qualified at this juncture to be classified as my top client. Simple as that, really. That's how it is. Okay, so with all that in mind, look out for your inbox a little bit later on tonight. I'm going to be working and burning the midnight oil, as they say, to get them out to you, and ensuring that only my tip-top clients receive an email. So if you don't be upset. You're just not a tip-top client, which is categorised by how I think. All right, and it's not mean you're not a good client. It just means you're not a tip-top client. All right, so you know. Anyway, we don't talk about that. Let's talk about free bets, eh? 2 free bets tonight. They're both running at Newcastle or Newcastle away, the lads. They're running tomorrow. The 3:35 at Newcastle. Number 1, it's called Indian Sounds. Trained by Paul Midgley. Written by Graham Lee. I think Graham Lee could have a double tomorrow at Newcastle. I think he's got a good chance on this one. Number 1, Indian Sounds. They only pay out first 2 in this race, but it is 5-1. So if it comes in the frame, you win a little bit on top for your trouble there. And I think it's got a good chance. It ran really well at Newcastle last time out, went 4th of 7. Behind a horse called Motawatsi. It was a good run, that, and I think a reproduction of that might be good enough, but it's dropped a pound in the weights since then, down to 72, and it's coming down to a 0-70 race, which I think is well within the grasp of Indian Sounds, and that's the pick for me. Each way, number 1, Indian Sounds in the 3:35 at Newcastle, the one to be on there. Now, the other bet, which is free of charge, and by the way, I am back tomorrow on this free-to-air channel, free-to-air YouTube channel, which indeed I have picked over 1,000 winners in the 2 years I've been on it. Over 1,000 free winners that I've given to my clients. And I can tell you I've had over 1 million views, over 1 million views. I'm getting currently over 80,000 views a month, which is very, very, very humbling. I really appreciate you tuning in, really appreciate it, and I really, really appreciate my absolute top clients who have been, winning plenty of money with my snowballs and my Irish bets and my dark horses and my Monday Madnesses, etc. It's been an amazing set of winners in December and January. Wonderful, wonderful, and I really pushed it forward. And now this year ahead, I'm going to make record-breaking profits, more than I've ever made for anyone, I believe, and I'm looking forward to it. And that's part of what I've decided to do, and everything else what I've done to write you this email. And have a good read, have a little read, a bedtime reading, and I think you'll enjoy it. Right, okay, so no more ado. I'll give you this other bet now. Then I'm back to you at 6 o'clock tomorrow night, where I'm going to be previewing Friday's action. That's Friday night is fish and chip night action in the 1:15 anyway on Thursday. It's a shame. I'll give you this horse now, but it's a shame that horse didn't run tomorrow at Clonmala. I really think it would have absolutely hosed up. I really do. They've been a big price as well. It had no form to its name. But we'll see what happens next time it entered to run. You can never say they're going to win next time because it all depends on the opposition and everything else has to fit. And today did fit, but sadly the ground was too heavy and it got abandoned, and it's one that got away. But there'll be another one coming, like a bus full of winners, what I've always done. And I've already got a massive snowball lined up for Friday and something ultra special for Saturday. So stand by, as they say. But don't forget to get that email. If you're lucky to get one, you are lucky to get one. But then I'm lucky I've got you. So it works like that. I'm lucky I've got you. You're lucky you got me. And that's what the email's all about. Okay, the second and final freebie, and it is a free one, and number 11. It's called Mr. Falsetto, and it goes in the 1:15 at Newcastle. 1:15 at Newcastle. Once again, Graham Lee takes them out, this time for Julie Camacho, and I think it's got a good chance. Ran all right last time up, went 4th behind a horse called Hector's Here. It was a good run at Newcastle on the 20th of December. I think a reproduction of that should be good enough. Runs in a 0-50 classified and comes in bang on the 50, and I'm all over that one. Very, very strong indeed. So I'm going to have the 2 single each way bets, and I'm going to also have an each way double. Number 11, Mr. Falsetto in the 1:15 at Newcastle. And the other one is Indian Sounds in 3:35 at Newcastle. That one is also an each way bet, both each ways and an each way double. Indian Sounds pay out first 2, the other one first 3. Number 1, it is on your card, by the way, Indian Sounds. That's it from me to you. I wish you all the best tonight. Enjoy what you're doing. I'll be back at 6 o'clock for Friday's action. Go get 'em.